Right, it's a great pleasure to be here and welcome to My Life in 3 Acts, Policing, Acting and Deporting. As I come from South Wales, I want to begin with the opening line from Dylan Thomas's Under Milk Wood, to begin at the beginning, which for me is in Eastbourne in Sussex, where as a child I had 2 big passions. One was the police. I was fascinated by the police, and the other was amateur dramatics. I loved the 2 almost equally, and on Tuesday night I was a member of the Eastbourne Volunteer Cadet Corps, which was part of Sussex Police, and on a Thursday night I was out every Thursday evening. I'm a bit uncomfortable. I'm not in the zone.
It doesn't matter. Just keep on going because we've got loads of time and we can cut it wherever we like. So just go when you're ready.
Yeah, it's a bit sort of weird not being.
Yeah. I want to take a photo of you because I want a few photos.
I'm just going to move that a little bit to get more screening.
Tim, you were doing great.
Yeah, it was just I wasn't quite sure how to sort of play it with eye lines.
Stop and start as many times as you like, because we'll just cut it wherever we like.
Okey-doke.
And let's do our big breath in. La, la, la. Shake it all out. Shake it out.
You'd rather have 50
and no talking when he's going.
No
whispering. I say no whispering because although the Tim's mic won't pick it up, the camera will.
What do you think, from the top again, or?
I mean, to me, the thing is that all we want is you want some clips, because you don't want to give the whole thing.
No, that's it.
You just want some clips, don't you?
Yeah.
So
just
take
go
it
at
from
your
the
own
top
pace
again.
as you feel comfy doing it.
And whenever you need to stop, just stop.
Okay. So as a teenager, I had 2 passions: the police and amateur dramatics, and I love them both. On a Tuesday night, I was a member of the Sussex Police Volunteer Cadet Corps, and on a Thursday night I was Eastbourne Amateur Dramatic Society, and I love them both, but obviously I had to think about a career path, and as we know, acting is not a proper job, so of course I went into the police, and I was happy to do so. It was a path that I embraced wholeheartedly. I joined Sussex Police and I went off to Ashford Police Training College, where I did 15 weeks basic training. After that, I moved to Lewes, the county town of Sussex, where I was initiated into Sussex Police procedures. And from there, I was posted to Brighton, which is about the busiest place Sussex has to offer, if not the south coast. And I was there in my blue suit and my big hat, silver buttons, and I was as proud as can be, walking the beat at 18, dispensing my wisdom and giving everybody the benefit of my experience, which was none. And very quickly, I ended up in a difficult situation. Now, I want to show you this guy who is a bit of a hero of mine. This, you might recognise, is Jack Warner, otherwise known as Dixon of Dock Green. This is from the 1949 film, The Blue Lamp, in which he came to a very sticky end. He was resurrected for Dixon of Dock Green, having actually been killed in this film. But what happened to him wasn't dissimilar in some respects. It wasn't as terminal for me, but I had a group of, revellers, if you like, 2 groups squaring up to one another, and I very boldly walked in the middle. George Dixon, my hero, walks into an armed robbery, but as he bravely walks in, he pulls his truncheon, or he gently sort of prepares himself to draw his truncheon, and I did the same thing, but ended up flat on my face, excuse me, quicker than he did. I was dragged down to the ground, I was kicked in the face twice, and I didn't know what hit me. I woke up in hospital and I was greeted by my colleagues a few hours later. They did get the guy who did it. They managed to find him with a dog handler, and he had all blood down his shoe from where my nose had broken. Brighton was also promoted to the First Division. There was no Premier League then. Brighton promoted to the First Division, which they'd never been before, and we were all prepared for the big game on Saturday afternoon. Unfortunately, I wasn't involved in that because I was on night duty Friday night, and it was a lovely September evening, and all the Arsenal fans came down the night before to enjoy Brighton at its best on a summer's evening, or a very late summer, early autumn evening, and it was chaos. And at a nightclub, as I was walking past, I was dragged in by the bouncers, and I was presented with a scene of absolute mayhem. It was like something out of a Wild West film. Chairs were flying across, glasses and bottles were getting smashed. It was absolute madness. Me, of course, not having learnt my lesson, pulled out my truncheon and waded right into the middle of it, trying to restore order. Stop it, pack it in, behave. And I carried on like that for 2 minutes, adrenaline pumping, heart beating, until finally I was tapped on the shoulder by my sergeant, who had arrived with reinforcements, and I was so in the zone I didn't even realise that reinforcements had arrived. Sergeant took hold of my arm, he said, "It's okay, we've got control now." And he took me out into the back office where the manager operated, and as I let go of my truncheon, I noticed my hands were shaking, and into one of those hands, the sergeant, on the his instructions to the manager, had brought a very large whiskey, thrust it in my hand, and just went, "Take that." Instant therapy that you wouldn't have now, I don't think. The other thing that we had that was on a much more light-hearted note was the making of the film Quadrophenia. You may remember Quadrophenia. It's a cult classic, and it's set in the 60s. And I was assigned to the film crew. If you can't see it very well, I'm the tall fella there in the middle. The uniforms were very much the same as they were in the 60s, apart from our hair was a bit different. Now, we had a week of working with the film crew. We did the hours that the film crew did. We would have lunch with them. If breakfast was appropriate, we'd have breakfast, dinner, whatever. And on one of the scenes, there was a huge riot on Brighton seafront, and they had about 60, 70 extras as policemen. Now, we were standing around having a nice cup of coffee with all these extras, just relaxing in between takes, and the wardrobe supervisor came over to us. He was working his way around all the officers there, the assembled extras, and when he got to us, he looked at 3 of us and went, "Haircut, haircut, haircut." And we said, no, we're policemen. And he said, "We're all policemen here, darling, get your hair cut." And we were taken aback. I said, no, we are policemen. He said, "I'm not going to argue with you, that's it." And he stormed off and came back with the first assistant director a few minutes later, who luckily we knew, because this wardrobe supervisor said, "It's him, him and him. Won't do what I tell him." And the first assistant director put his arm round him and just took him off to one side and explained the realities of the situation. I'll just cut there for a second.
Okay.
You're doing really well.
You're doing
Okay.
Very notes. That's really good.
Good. And I'm not sure whether it's worth doing the whole thing, is it? 'Cause
I thought you wanted to do your Lenny one.
I want to go to the Lenny one,
Really good.
and I will do
He's got another
a monologue that I use occasionally. I've cut into the Bottom one more recently. You might remember I did Bottom's waking up speech at the thing, but I've got another monologue that I'd quite like to have a sort of thing of. So I'll just do that as a possible cutaway.
Can I just say before you do that, I've never really liked Midsummer Night's Dream. I've been to see it so many times.
Oh really?
But I loved it when you did it, Tim.
Oh,
I
thank
loved
you.
it. And I think that there's some people can do Shakespeare and some people can't. And my threshold is, can I understand what you're trying to convey to me? Because some people do Shakespeare and you just think, I don't know,
What was that?
what on earth are you saying? I can't
Yeah.
understand it.
Because
And
I
then
don't know how to
other
put the
people,
intonation in.
like Judi Dench, like Tim Perrin, can do Shakespeare, and I think I love it because I do love Shakespeare. I love
Yeah.
Shakespeare, but I hate it done badly, and so many people do it badly.
Right.
And so I thought I'm going to give Midsummer Night's Dream another chance.
Oh great.
Because I thought you did. I honestly, I
Enjoyed
I
it.
thought you did. You brought it alive for me, and I
You did
loved the
bring
way
it alive.
you explained it
Yeah.
really well as well. All the machinations, all the different characters, which
Yeah.
obviously I've read it
So
and
you
I
can watch it
and
on there.
Yeah.
If you don't press any of the buttons,
know
but
the
just watch
story,
it,
but
everyone's doing it.
so I wanted to say that to you.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, but you can see it really good there because that's. I mean, obviously it's a bit dark.
No, don't give that to me because I'll probably press something.
Oh, okay.
And I'm.
You do, yeah.
You haven't got a slide for this,
She's doing-
Savannah.
No.
He's doing the face thing, there. So he's,
Yeah, it's so clever.
Maybe you should add a
So
slide in.
it's not catching the far right of the screen because
Doesn't
Tim's
matter.
just to the left of it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to
putting
catch
him
the
centre.
full screen, Tim, you could just step in about 6 inches.
What
It
this
doesn't
way?
matter.
No,
It doesn't
I
matter.
think it's
It
better
doesn't
where
See,
you
matter.
there
are.
He's better where he was.
There's the.
You don't want it on your shirt.
You've got the edge of your
Right.
shirt. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good where
Yeah,
you are there.
Okay.
yeah, that's where you've been standing. Where you are now is where you've been standing. 'cause
Right.
That's right at the edge of the screen
Yeah.
now, which is just on.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
can I just
Um,
check? You haven't got a slide for this. have
So
you?
why-
No, no. There's no slide. It's just in the middle of when I'm at drama school. My
Yeah,
sort of
so-
transition.
I think it might be better to
To
turn
not
that-
have that,
to
because
not
that
Yeah.
blank screen behind you is a bit distracting.
Okay.
So
People are waiting for something. Oh,
can
what am I
you?
gonna- how am I gonna
Maybe
do
it's easier for Tim just to switch it off. The projector.
Yeah.
Just, I will have great fun switching it back on later. Press again to complete the shutdown process.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's better.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
so where can you see that mark on the floor where the table used to be? Yeah, so that's it. That's
Yeah,
where you need to stand.
that's a good
Keep
one.
keep in around that area is good,
Okay.
isn't
Put
it?
it right
Yeah.
in.
You always need a mark.
So I went off to the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, where I did the 3-year course. The first year was learning your stagecraft, all sorts of technique that you have to absorb, you know, sort of how to use your voice, what to do with or not to do with your arms, stand on stage, whether to be upstage, downstage, all sorts of things to think about. We did tongue twisters, which very confusing, and all sorts of things to develop you as an actor. The problem was, for me, I was just becoming more and more self-conscious. And after 2 years, when we started doing productions, it was all I could do just to walk around the stage and not bump into the furniture, remember my lines, and I was getting a bit like an automaton. And then finally, towards the end of the second year, beginning of the third year, I started to get the hang of things. And as part of our sort of growing experience as an actor, I had to do a presentation to the rest of the school, as everybody did in the class. Basically, it involved acting, a bit of singing, heaven forbid, there was poetry, and anything, and you had to have a theme. So I rooted mine in my police experience. I wanted to do a presentation where everything had a link to my police experience. I kind of really got into it. I could relate to it. And one of the pieces I did was from Don Quixote by Cervantes. And it's from the musical version, Man of La Mancha. And the piece I did was this. Imagine, if you will, a man. His name, Alonso Quijana, a country gentleman no longer young. Being retired, he has much time for books. He studies them from morn till night and often through the night till morn again. And all he reads oppresses him, fills him with indignation of man's murderous ways towards man. He ponders the problem, how to make better a world where evil brings profit and virtue none at all, where fraud, deceit and malice are mingled with truth and sincerity. He broods and broods and broods, and finally his brains dry up. He lays down the melancholy burden of sanity and conceives the strangest project ever imagined: to become a knight errant and sally forth to roam the world in search of adventure, to right all wrongs, to raise up the weak and those in need. He persuades his neighbour, one Sancho Panza, a country labourer and an honest man, if the poor may be called honest, for he was poor indeed, to become his squire. He selects an ancient cart horse called Rocinante to become his steed and the safeguard of his master's will. These preparations made, he seizes his lance. No longer will he be named Alonso Quijana, but a dauntless knight known as Don Quixote de la Mancha. Well, that piece, in amongst my other pieces, was a bit of a watershed, and I started growing in confidence and building as an actor. And I walked around the stage and was part of a cast and had confidence in what I was doing. Confidence in the lines, confidence in me, not thinking about what I was doing or where I was going, just doing the character. And finally, at the end of my third year, I graduated. We did another production of Midsummer Night's Dream. We did a production of Stags and Hens by Willie Russell. And I graduated from the Bristol Old Vic.
That was brilliant.
Thank you.
Best
Really good.
performance of Don Quixote. That was much more animated than
Thank
you've
you.
done it before.
Okay.
And you
Good.
got me that time.
Oh.
Whereas before I'd said to Tim, I'm not sure you're getting people with it.
It was really good.
And
It
Yeah.
really got me.
It was really, it was like
You
two
were living
levels
the
up.
part.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really
You were
good.
Yeah.
that time.
You weren't just talking the words, you were
No.
living the
Oh,
part.
you were bringing them alive,
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
you?
Really good.
And
Good.
as you say, you showed how. I think what's really nice is how you said, when I first went to, I went to the college to the Bristol Old Vic, and I was loving acting, and then in the first couple of years, I thought I was basically, can I even do this?
Yeah.
Because they were taking you right back to the beginning,
Yeah.
and doing all the basics, and then by the end, here you are
Showing that you've got
inhabiting this part. God, it took me back to my Spanish lessons
Yeah.
though, because my Spanish teacher made us do Don Quixote, and
You didn't remember any of
I
it.
don't remember any of it. But no, I thought that was fantastic.
Okay, great.
It's a whole other level
Yeah.
than how
Great.
you performed it before.
That would be a really good
Clip.
clip to
Yeah,
share
that's why
with
you want
people.
to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Do
You're
want
still
to do
feeling
another?
nervous?
No, I'm relaxing
You're
a bit
saying,
now.
a lot.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
thought that too. You are saying and
Okay.
Yeah, what people
More.
do, don't they? I
Yeah,
mean,
but
not
I
not
don't-
not
He's
so
doing
much.
it. He's doing it
Yeah.
more than normal.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
I didn't notice you doing that when we were at the
No.
No, you didn't.
I
do
don't
it
think
as
it
much.
detracts from it.
no.
No.
But I think it's something to be aware of, isn't
No,
it?
absolutely.
Because when
Yeah.
Tim watched your video, you said to me a couple of things. You said you never told me about my right leg. And I was like,
Your
"Oh,
right
what the
leg?"
twitches?"
My right leg, I was just doing that.
Yeah, he twitches it. it.
And you know what it's like watching yourself all of a sudden, you know, and I hate watching myself perform. And I was watching, I thought, what am I doing with my right leg? Why is that sort of doing?
It's
I just said, you always do it.
Right.
The red light flashing, yeah, we have, yeah.
I'll do the of mice and men. I think this is nice for when I do the sort of the monologue bit. Maybe I should do the intro with the slides
I think so.
and then switch it off for the monologue.
no, well, I think as long as there's a picture there, it's
I think
fine.
it's good.
It was the
It
blue
doesn't detract from it.
It was
screen
just
that
the blank
wasn't.
Ah,
screen.
right, okay.
That was the problem. the
Fair
blank
enough, yeah.
screen.
If you knock the camera while it's running, by the way,
Sorry.
it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any difference.
I just was like, I don't want to
You
hit it
wouldn't
with
even
my leg.
notice if you knocked it.
Don't touch his material.
It's flashing the blue light. Will it come on in a second, or do I need to
I
press
think
it
you might
again?
need to press it again.
It's stopped
Oh.
flashing
There
now.
we go. It's coming
Yeah,
on.
it's coming on.
It's got to warm up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets very hot, so I don't like leaving it on for too long.
Just look
It's
through the
nice
screen,
for
make
us
sure
to
you're happy
have.
with that, Joe. When you, not the big
Oh
screen,
yeah,
the little
his
screen.
screen, the little one.
Have I moved it?
I don't think
No,
so.
no.
It moves because
Oh yeah,
because,
there we go.
because Tim
Yes.
moves, yeah.
Yeah. So I need to get through the slides to
Two of mice and men.
that's in the last part.
Yeah, very end.
Yeah.
This is much better than trying to do it live in that poor light.
Yeah.
That was really not. I mean, you'd never get it any better than that, really. It's
No.
it was just the lighting that was
Yeah.
just. It was okay for the lighting, but
Yeah.
that was a marketing piece.
Yeah.
Well, this is good. This is good.
Great.
We really appreciate you two doing this.
No,
And
Oh, it
so
is.
on Canva. Oh
Honestly,
my
and
God.
that took me about 15 minutes. Honestly, it
Honestly.
didn't take.
That
long.
is so good.
My stuff
So
is
I was
so
going to say to you because I've got it on my phone.
And I think your lines, you know, the plug line,
Oh, did you like
I think
that?
it's great.
You like that?
I think that's great. I was, you know, we were both sort of, oh wow, that's got impact.
Did I show it to you what I did on Canva for Tim? I
yeah,
think
you
I
did.
did.
Yeah,
didn't
you
I?
did. Yeah.
And I on the little flyer, and I put the police helmet, the
Yes,
handcuffs,
I always said to
and
Joe,
the
she's
acting,
Yeah, she's
thing,
Yeah.
little symbols
yeah,
on.
which I thought, well, that's quite good.
Yeah.
You can extract a lot of this stuff and put it wherever you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
just
all
feel
in a
really
JPEG
stupid
format.
now, you know,
Why?
because I used to film a lot of stuff when I worked at the school. I used to
Yeah.
be editing it all the time, but it's all
But-
moved on so
Yeah,
much.
but you
Well, if
get
you wanna
back
borrow
into
this
it if you
camera
were
to
doing
try
it
it
all the
out,
time.
you'd
You
be
would,
very
you
welcome
would.
to.
But you don't need to, do you?
I don't, I'm
Um,
terrified.
Yeah.
With this, do you want to start with the blank screen or do you want to start with the Steinbeck book front?
No, start with the blank screen. I'll go into it, and well, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
So I'm there, ready for you.
okay.
So you just went,
Thank you.
I tell you what, let's get
But you're
a
on fire.
cow prod. And every time
Yeah.
If we just go, if we stick our tongues out, you're saying too much. You're on fire though, Tim.
Okay.
do
Great.
really good.
I've spoken at great length about my love of Midsummer Night's Dream, but there is one other play that's had a significant impact on me and my career, and that is Of Mice and Men. I don't know if you know it. Of Mice and Men is a novel, a very short novel by John Steinbeck. He wrote it with the intention of it being a play. He wanted to write a play. He wrote it as a novella first. It's a very touching story of two friends in the Midwest in the 1930s during the Depression era. And one of them, Lenny, is a huge, big, powerful man. And the guy that looks after him, George, who feels like he's known forever, runs with him, if you like, and they go everywhere together. And George is always looking after Lenny because Lenny has learning difficulties. He's a simple man who doesn't know his own strength. He's a big, powerful man. He does what George tells him, but because of his strength and his power, people take advantage of him. and he keeps getting into trouble. He has a love of mice, and he keeps finding mice and he strokes them, and because he's so strong, he strokes them and he kills them. But George and Lenny have a dream of owning their own ranch, of not being bothered by the rest of the world, and Lenny can grow rabbit, or you can have rabbits, they can grow alfalfa, and they'll just live happily without being worried and bothered about people that take advantage of Lenny. And when they arrive at the ranch in this particular story, they instantly touch. Sorry, something wrong.
Siren.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's typical, isn't it?
Okay.
It happened.
That's a real pain, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew it would happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Having the mic on his throat like that might make that a lot less audible than you can hear it, but I don't know, it might just
No, it's
enhance
so
it a bit.
loud, isn't it? I'm really sorry, Tim.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
You don't
absolutely.
want it on that.
No.
So go start
You're
again.
going to
Yeah.
go
From the top again, okay.
Yeah. Oh, how do I go
Sometimes it's good to do it through one
Yeah.
go, isn't it? And then,
Yeah.
and it gets you back in the zone, doesn't it?
I just went and turned my phone onto silent now. I thought, well, the last thing
I
I
know
know is a
mine.
phone call. I thought,
Yeah.
I
oh
can
no.
hear, excuse me, because there is a door banging. I think it might be upstairs, and I don't know whether it's audible.
Is there, I can't, no, I couldn't hear it, no, but maybe best to...
I'm just using the one camera anyway because that makes life easier in case it interferes. Because this broadcasts a network to your microphone and also to the phone. But if I start the other camera, it'll have a confusion about which network is it meant to be listening
Oh, really?
because it's both the same brand.
Oh,
And
right.
of course, it won't do both together, so it'll start. And what I don't want it to do is select one and it be the wrong one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that was a bummer, wasn't it? I mean, it was going really well. That was.
Oh well.
But yeah, Ralph's phone
All-
has gone
all
off
good
in
practice.
certain points. I assume that's what you were doing.
I was
thought,
putting it on silent, and then of course I didn't need to.
No.
could have waited for the break. Right.
Have you closed that door now, Mrs?
Shut that door.
Shut that door.
Shut that door now, just like that.
And
Okay.
The more you think about it, probably the more it'll come into your
Well,
head.
it does tend to do that, doesn't it?
It's not one of those windows banging, is it? The left-hand one?
No, they're wide open. No.
Okay.